is ending with 0 and the states in which strings are not ending with 0. Then we have taken another example as well, that is any string ending with 0 0 or 0 1, right? So that kind of example we have also seen in the last session, you can recall, right? So the same situation is here, string ending with 0 0, or we can say string ending with 1 1, right? So this is how we can construct the diagram. I hope this was the last discussion. We have done this. Yes, if you can recall, right? Yes or no? I hope we have done this discussion. Right, we have considered the two parts first initially, like this. We have constructed this string ending with 1 1 as accepted and string not ending with 1 1 as rejected. Now in this rejected, we have also divided into two parts: the set of strings which are one element away from the acceptance, and the set of strings which are two element away from the acceptance. So null, 0, 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 0, they are two element away from the accepting state, while the elements like 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 1, they are one element away from the acceptance state. This is how we are getting three different states: accept, reject, null reject or null state, and another reject state, and we are getting this diagram. So now let us see some more interesting examples of this. Now we have a string ending with 1 and does not contain 0 0. So now you can see that here we have two criteria: string must be ending with 1. So if we find out the elements, then we are getting 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 and 1 1 1. All these are ending with 1. All these are ending with 1. 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 and 1 1 1. They are all ending with 1. While the strings which are not ending with 1 are null, 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 0 and 1 1 0. Now if you observe this thing, there is one more criteria over here. It does not contain 0 0. It does not contain 0 0. That means if you find out 0 0, then after 0 0, whatever pattern we are getting, after 0 0, whatever pattern we are getting, that will never be accepted, right? Because it does not contain 0 0. 0 0 should not be there. So after 0 0, if I get 0 or 1, anything after 0 0, it should not be accepted, right? And any pattern which is after 0 0 will be rejected because it contains the string 0 0. So this will give a rise to a new state, and that is known as the dead state. What we have is the dead state. So the dead state will contain all these elements which are having a 0 0, which are having a 0 0. So you can see that we have these states 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 1 0 0, because these are never accepted. These are never accepted. Anything after this will never be accepted. Now here you can see we are putting the null in a separate state, null state as a separate state. The reason is, if from the null, if I am considering 1, then 1 is accepted. 1 is accepted, while if I consider 0, it will be rejected. It will be rejected. So from null we have two different scenarios: 1 which is accepted and 0 which is rejected. Also you can see that you cannot combine null with 0. You cannot combine null with 0. The reason is because if I combine null with 0, then what will happen? That 0 0 is never accepted. So that means once you are getting 0, you have still a chance. You have still a chance to go to acceptance. From null, when you get 0, you have still a chance to go to acceptance if it is 0, 1. From 0, if it becomes 0, 1, it will be accepted. But from 0, if it becomes a 0, 0, it will never accepted. So you can see from null, we have two things. If it is 1, it will directly go to accepting state. From null, if we consider 1, it will go to accepting state directly. Now from null, if I consider 0, then from 0, there are two possibilities. From 0, there are two different possibilities. Either it can be 0, 1 or it can be 0, 0. It can be 0 or it can be 0, 0 or it can be 0, 1. So that's why we are putting this 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0 and 1, 1, 0 in a different state as a different reject state. Right? So from null, you can see that behavior of 0 and 1 both are different. When behavior of 0 and 1 both are different, we must have two outgoing arrows from the null state because the behavior is different. For 0, we are behaving differently. For 1, we are behaving differently. Also, I cannot combine null with 0 and 1, 0. I cannot combine null with 1, 0. The reason is, if I consider null and 1, 0, then what will happen? That 1, 0, again 0, it will go to never accepted state. If it is 1, 0, 1, it should go to acceptance. So there is a distance of only one symbol from the null for acceptance. You can see there is a distance of only one symbol from the null. Null concatenation with 1 will go to accept state. So this is what you have to keep in your mind. The distance from null to acceptance is only 1. You can see here. It is 1 directly. So that's why we have 4 different states here. Is it clear? Is this clear? That why we have this never accepted, or we can say a dead state. So never accepted means it is a dead state. It is a dead state. So you can see that we have 4 different states now. One is acceptance, one is a dead state, one is a null state, because the behavior of 0 and 1 both are different here from the null. Right? Behavior of null and 0, 1 are different from null. And 0, 0, are not together. You can see 0, 0, 0, 0, are not together. So we cannot have null with that state. Is this point clear? Why we cannot have null with this state? Another reject state. Yes? Is the point clear? Okay, so now we'll represent this in the form of a diagram so that you can understand it better. Yes, any query in this? Because so far I got one response only. That is from Ricky. Yes, why we have 4 states here? This is what we have to find out. That why we have 4 different states here. This 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 and 1, 0, 0 will never be accepted. Null will be a separate state because from null the behavior of 0 and behavior of 1 both are different. Also 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 cannot be together because from 0 we have to change a decision. Right? We have to change a decision from 0. 0, 0 will be separate, 0, 1 will be a separate thing. Right? 0, 0 will be a separate thing, 0, 1 will be a separate thing. So that's why we have 2 different scenarios from state 0. Is this clear? Can we proceed? Any query in this? Yes, can we proceed now? Yes or no? Okay, so let us see how we'll convert this into a diagram. You can see we have a null state. The initial state is the null state. Now we have 0. So when you get 0, we have 2 possibilities. We have 2 possibilities. 0, 0 will go to a reject state or the dead state. You can see there is no outgoing arrow from the dead state. There is no outgoing arrow from the dead state. Once you receive 0, 0, you will remain in the same state. Is this clear? Once you receive 0 0, you will remain in the same state. Right? You can see I have highlighted with yellow color. I have highlighted with yellow color. So you can see that we will remain in this state always. We will remain in this state always. Right? We will always remain in this state. It is a dead state. It is a dead state. So this state highlighted with yellow color is a dead state. So 0 0 will remain in that state always. Will be the dead state. Then you can see from the null state, we have one outgoing arrow for 1. So null 1, it will directly go to acceptance. From null state on 1, it will go to acceptance. So 1, double 1, triple 1, everything will be in the accepting state. It will be in the accepting state. Now from 0, if I get 1, it becomes 0 1. From the reject state, 0 1. If I get 0 and 1, it will go to acceptance. From reject, when I consider 0 1, it will go to acceptance because it is ending with 1. It is ending with 1. Now if we are getting 0 again, 0 1 0. So 0 1 0, again it will go into the reject state. 0 1 0 will again go into a reject state. Because from 0 1 0, still picture is not clear. It may become 0 1 0 0 or 0 1 0 may become 0 1 0 1. Is it clear? We have two possibilities for 0 1 0. 0 1 0 may become 0 1 0 1 or 0 1 0 may become 0 1 0 0. So we have two possibilities for 0 1 0. So from 0 1 0 we have two possibilities. Either it will become 0 1 0 0, so it will go to a dead state. It will go to a dead state. Or if it becomes 0 1 0 1, it will be accepted. It will be accepted. So that is why you can see the arrow like that. You can see the arrow like this, 0 1 0. So 0 1 and 0. So for 0 1 0 we have two possibilities. 0 1, then it will be accepted. So any query in this diagram? Yes? Okay. Is there any query in this diagram? Okay, so let us proceed with the next example. So this is what we have written in the previous session. Alpha is a binary number divisible by 4. It is a binary number divisible by 4. So we write as 0 plus 1 whole star 0 0. The regular expression is 0 plus 1 whole star 0 0. String ending with 0 0. So when you consider ending with 0 0, 0 0, triple 0, 1 double 0, any strings of length 4, 0 0 0 0, 0 1 double 0, 1 triple 0, 1 1 0 0, they are all ending with 0 0. They are all ending with 0 0. Now again you have to check the behavior of null. From null, if 0 is there, it is moving towards acceptance because 0 need one more 0 to reach to acceptance. Clear? From null, if we get 1 0, it will be close towards acceptance because when we get 2 0, it will be accepted. From null, if we get 1, so that 1 will be not accepted. Similarly, if it is double 1, then double 1 will not be accepted. 1 double 1 triple 1 all will be in the null state. We can see that if it is null and 1, it will be in the reject state. If it is 1 1, still it is in the reject state. If it is triple 1, it is still in the reject state. You can see that, right? They are obvious because we are not moving towards the acceptance. So null 1 double 1 triple 1 all are in the null state. So we have a self loop for 1. We have a self loop for 1. from null on 0 will go to reject state, that is the middle state. From null on input 0 will go to the middle state. When we get 2 0 will go to acceptance. Right, so from null we have completed both the arrows, 0 to the middle state and 1 to self loop. Now from the middle state, if it is 0 0 will go to accept state. If it is 0 1, again will go to reject state, and that is a null state. From 0, when we get 0 0 will go to acceptance. From 0, if we get 1 0 1, it will go to a null state. That is how we'll complete the 2 outgoing arrows from the middle state. Now from the accepting state, after 0 0, if we encounter third 0 or fourth 0, 000 or 4 times 0, 0 0 000 4 times 0, so then we'll remain in the accept state. Will remain in the accept state. Now from 0 0, if we get 1, again we need 0 0 one more time. So 0 0 1, then 0 0 1 will go to right, 0 0 1. From 0 0, if I append 1, it will go to a null state. With 0 0, if I append 1, it will go to a null state, 0 0 1. That is obvious, because still we require 2 zeros for acceptance. So outgoing arrow from the accept on input 1 will be to null state, while outgoing arrow from the accept on 0 will be a self loop. Right? Outgoing arrow from the accept state on input symbol 0 will be the self loop. So I hope this is clear how we have divided this into 3 groups. Right? So you can easily identify the number of states with this simple method. Yes, any query in this example? It is a binary number divisible by 4. It is a binary number which is divisible by 4. Yes, any query in this? Is this clear? Yes or no? Okay, so we'll represent this in the form of a diagram. It is a binary number divisible by 4. You can see that. We have a null state, we have a self loop for 1. From the accept state, we have a self loop for 0. From accept state on input 1, we'll go to a null state, that is 0 0 1. From accept state on input 1, we'll go to a null state, and that is a 0 0 1. You can traverse 0 0 and then 1. That is how we'll get this a diagram, string ending with 0 0, or we can say a binary number divisible by 4. It is a binary number divisible by 4. Yes, any query in this? Yes. So I think we can proceed further. It is straightforward. So now I'm sharing another slide with you, and we'll see the definition of finite automata. Right? So I'm sharing another slide with you. So let us understand what is a finite automata. So we'll define the term finite automata in these sessions and various parameters of the finite automata in this particular session now. So let us see that finite automata having some input pattern, right? That is the input string which we want to check, and we have the diagram that is known as a finite automaton, right? So automaton is a singular word and automata is a plural. So basically we'll use a finite automaton for the particular diagram, and we'll give the input some string, and output will be either the string will be accepted by the machine or it will be rejected by the machine. So if we end up the string in the accept state, then it is accepted by the machine. If we end up the string in a state which is not accepted, which is rejected, another state other than the acceptance state, then it is known as a reject. Right? So now let us see the example. We have a finite acceptor or finite automata for the pattern ABBA. This will accept the only one string of the language ABBA from sigma star. No other string is accepted. So you can see here that state Q5, the state Q5 is indicated as a dead state. You can see that if the pattern starts with B, if the pattern starts with B from Q0, then it will directly go to the dead state, Q5 state. Here Q5 is the dead state. There is no outgoing arrow from the Q5 to another state, right? There is no outgoing arrow from the Q5 to any another state. So if it starts with B, it will go to Q5 and it will be rejected. Now if it is A, then also it will go to Q5 state. You can see that Q5, right? If the pattern is starting with B, if it starts with B, then go to Q5 state, and we have to go to Q5 state, which is a dead state. It is a dead state. Now if the pattern is AA, then again go to Q5 state, which is a dead state. You can see here. If the pattern is ABA, after AB, if we get this, then again go to Q5 state. You can see AB and A. If it is ABBB, then again go to Q5 state. If after ABBA, if A is there, then again go to Q5 state. If ABBA B is there, again go to Q5 state. So you can see that anything other than this ABBA, if ABBA is the string, only string, then it will go to the accepting state, that is Q4 with a double circle. If anything is there after ABBA, right? If any pattern is there after ABBA, then it will go to a Q5 state. So you can see Q0 a null state or the initial state, Q1, Q2, Q3 are other states of the diagram, and Q4 is known as a final state or accept state. Q5 is known as the dead state. It is known as the dead state. I hope this diagram is straightforward and clear. So here we are verifying the pattern. You can see we'll start with A, right? Initially we are at the null position, so in the Q0 state, initially we have null, right? Any pattern is beginning with a null, so we are in a Q0 state, the null state or the initial state. Now when we go through A, we'll traverse from Q0 on input A, we'll go to Q1. So when we traverse A, we'll go to a Q1 state. So you can see that it is highlighted with a horizontal bar. The current state of the automaton is highlighted with a horizontal bar and with a red color. Now from Q1, when I encounter symbol B from the input, right, we'll go to a Q2 state. So Q2 will be the current state. I have highlighted with a horizontal sign, that is Q2. Now from Q2 on input symbol B, on input B, we get the Q3 state, the current state, and now from the Q3 state on input A, right? From Q3 state on input A, right? We are getting the Q4 state. Q4 state. Now, once we are getting a Q4 state, it is the end of the string. It is the end of the string. There is no element after this A. So now Q4 is the accepting state with a double circle. So we can say the string is accepted because nothing is present after this A. Right? So it will be in the accept state and will be over there. Now similar to that, let us take another example. There is one more example which is having a pattern ABA. This is having a pattern ABA. So we'll start with Q0, the null state, initial position. When we encounter the first symbol A, from Q0 on input symbol A, we'll go to a Q1 state. Now from Q1 on input symbol B, right? Now next input symbol is B. So from Q1 on input symbol B, when we use, we'll go to a Q2 state. Now from the Q2 state, when we use the input symbol, next input symbol A, right? When we use this symbol A, Q2 on input A will go to Q5 state. Now after this Q5, you can see whatever pattern is there in the input, whatever elements are there in the input, there is no outgoing arrow from Q5 to some another state. From Q5 to any another state, there is no outgoing arrow. As there is no outgoing arrow, you will stay in the Q5 state forever. So it will be rejected, right? It will be rejected. Yes, any query up to this? Yes, any query up to this transition? Are these two transitions clear? Yes, any query in this? Yes, any query? If you have any query, you can write down in the chat window. Yes, here Q4 is the only accept state because it is accepting only one pattern. Our language contains only one. It is a language with only one element because it is shown with a double circle. You can see Q4 is shown with a double circle. Two concentric circles are there. It is the only accepting state in this diagram. Yes, so I think we can proceed further. Okay, so now let us understand the finite automata parameters with this. We have one more language here and one more diagram is here. Let us see that if we trace this diagram, can we recognize the language which is accepting? So there is another language. We need to find out the language from the diagram. So we'll start with a Q0 state on symbol A. You can see on input A will remain in the Q0 state because it is having a self loop on symbol A, and Q0 is the initial state or the null state. So now from Q0 on input A will remain in the Q0 state because there is a self loop. Again we have a symbol A, so we'll remain in the Q0 state. So if we have any number of A's, we'll remain in a Q0 state, will not change the state. When we encounter the first B, we'll go to a Q1 state. And Q1 is the accepting state. As you can see here, the Q1 is the accepting state over here. So because Q1 is the accepting state, it will accept the pattern like this, A raised to n B. You can see where n is greater than or equal to 0. N is greater than or equal to 0. Any number of A's in the beginning can be there. If n is 0, we can have only B. If only B is there, it will be also accepted in the Q1 state. It will be also accepted in the Q1 state. Now after B, if anything encounters, if after B, that means after A raised to n B, we can have either A or B, and in that case, we'll go to a Q2 state. We'll go to a Q2 state. So that Q2 state is a dead state. This Q2 state is a dead state. Right? It is a dead state. You cannot come out of this state because there is a self loop of Q2 on input A and B. There is a self loop of A and B on Q2 state. So this will accept the language A raised to n B, n is greater than or equal to 0. Right? So this is a language behind it. Now let us check for BAB. So now from Q0 on input symbol B will go to Q1. Now you can see this Q1 is an accepting state, but we have not checked the complete input. As we have not checked the complete input, we cannot take a decision without reading the complete input. If we read the complete input up to end of the string, then and then we can announce the result. So that's why this example is very important. That from Q0 on input B, we are going to a Q1 state. We are going to a Q1 state, but we have not completed the reading of our input string. It is not end of the input. So still further we have to read the input and we have to proceed further in the diagram. So from the Q1 on input A, from Q1 on input A will go to Q2 state. From Q1 on input A will go to Q2 state. Still it is not the end of the input. Still it is not the end of the input. Right? Still we have to read the input to see the effect. So now the last input symbol is B. So from Q2 state on input B, we will remain in a Q2 state. From Q2 state on input B will remain in a Q2 state because there is a self loop. There is a self loop. So now after this, we have to check, do we have any string left? So we don't have any string left. It is the null string. End of the input is there. So we'll announce the result as the reject. So BAB is not accepted by this finite automata. BAB is not accepted by this finite automata. So while preparing these diagrams, we have to be very careful that any string which is not accepted by the automata must not be accepted. Right? That is very important. Any string which is not accepted by the language must not go to accepting state. Otherwise it is incorrect. Clear? Any string which is not accepted by the language must not go to accepting state. Otherwise it is an incorrect diagram. You cannot permit invalid strings in the finite automata. There is a chance that your diagram may not accept some valid strings, still you will get the marks. If your diagram will not accept all the valid strings, you will get the marks. But if your diagram accepts any invalid string, then you will not get the marks. It should not end up in the accepting state. Any invalid string should not end up in the accepting state. You are not allowed to accept the invalid strings in the finite automata. Is it clear? Here you can see if I accept BAB, it is incorrect diagram. Any invalid pattern should not end up in the accepting state. If you miss some valid patterns, if you do not accept some valid patterns, still you can get the marks. If you do not accept some valid patterns, still you will get the marks. But if you accept invalid patterns, you will not get any marks for the diagram. Is this clear? This is a very important thing. Okay, so let us proceed further. So deterministic finite automata. Okay, so why we are using the word deterministic? You can see, because from the Q0 we have a clear path. From this Q0 we have a clear path. If it is B, we'll go to Q1. If it is A, we will remain in the Q0 state. So it is a deterministic thing. You are clear that you have only unique path to follow. From Q0 on input B, you will go to Q1. From Q0 on input A, you will remain in a Q0 state. So you have a unique path to follow. You don't have to worry about that. Is it clear? You don't have to worry about that. You have a unique path to follow. That's why it is known as a deterministic thing. And every path is also mentioned. From Q0 there are two outgoing arrows. One for input A, another for input B. From Q1 also there are two outgoing arrows. One for input A, another is for input B. From Q2 also there are two outgoing arrows. One for input A, another is for input B. So you have a clear, unique path. There is no ambiguity in that. So here Q is the set of states. Q is defined as the set of states. Sigma is the input alphabet. Delta, which we'll see in detail, a transition function. Q0, we are giving the name as initial state. And F is a set of final states. F is indicating a set of final states. We have a set of final states that is known as F. Right? Q is the set of states, all the states of the automaton. Sigma is the input alphabet. A transition function we'll see in detail in the other slides. Q0 is the initial state and F is the set of final states. So now it is a 5 tuple. There are 5 parameters required to describe the finite automata. So here you can see that input alphabet sigma for this finite automata are A and B. We have only 2 input alphabet, and that's why you can see that from every state there are 2 outgoing arrows. One for input symbol A, another is for input symbol B. Here there are 2 outgoing arrows, one for input symbol A and one for input symbol B. It must be there. You cannot miss these arrows. You must have 2 outgoing arrows from each state if sigma is AB. If sigma is ABC, then you must have 3 outgoing arrows from each state. If sigma is ABC, then you must have 3 outgoing arrows from each state. Okay, so next parameter is set of states, Q. So this Q is having Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 and Q5. It includes all the states of the diagram. It is a set of states which is known as a Q. All the states of the diagram. We have the initial state as Q0 because it is the null state or the initial state, which is known as a Q0. Okay, next is a set of final states. So in this diagram we have only one final state, that is Q4. In this diagram we have only one final state, and that is Q4. In some another automata we can have more than one final state. It can be 2, it can be 3, it can be any number of different final states in the automaton, and all that states will be included in the set F. Okay, now let us define the transition function, that how actually transition is carried out in the finite automata. So it is defined as delta Q cross sigma, which gives output as Q. So this tells that a combination of state with the input symbol will give you a new state. Right? It is indicating that a combination of state with the input symbol will always give you a new state. You can see from the Q0 state on input symbol A, we are getting a new state as Q1. From Q0 state on input symbol B, we are getting the state as Q5. Similarly, for the Q4 state, if I consider, then from Q4 state on input symbol A, will go to a Q5 state. From Q4 state on input symbol B, we will go to a Q5 state. Now from Q5 state on input symbol A will remain in a Q5 state, that is a self loop. From Q5 state on input symbol B, we will remain in a Q5 state, so it is a self loop. So transition function is nothing but Q cross sigma, which produces Q. The combination of state with the input symbol will give us a new state. It is how a transition is carried out in the finite automata. Well, transition will be from state 1 to state 2. It will be from one state to another state. Is this clear? Transition function? Is this transition function clear? Here you can see the delta of Q0 comma A. It will give you Q1 as an example. Transition from Q0 on input symbol A will give us Q1. Similarly, transition from Q0 state on input symbol B, it will give us Q5. Similarly, from Q2 state, transition on input B will give us Q3. So this will be the complete transition function with all the states Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 and Q5. Right? So this is what we have also done in the advanced algorithm, right? String matching using finite automata. It is a string matching using finite automata. Is this clear? Yes, any doubt in this? Yes, do you have any query? Okay, so let us proceed further. We have extended transition function. It is somewhat interesting. It is extended transition function. Q cross sigma star will give us Q. So what it tells that we have a state, and if you take more than one symbol, Q cross sigma star, because when it is sigma star means if you take more than one symbol together, then it will also give the output as Q. It will also give the output as Q. So that is defined as delta star. So it is nothing but an extension of a transition function. Instead of taking one symbol at a time from the input, if you take multiple symbols together, from the input, then it will also give the output as a new state. It will also give the output as a new state. So it is written as Q cross sigma star, which leads us to a state Q. So let us see the example. It is given as a delta star Q0 comma AB. It is delta star Q0 comma AB. So you can see we are using extended transition function. The reason is we have two input symbols. We have two input symbols. Q0, from Q0 on input symbol AB will directly get the Q2. If you take two input symbols, will reach to Q2 state. Delta star Q0 comma AB will give us a Q2 state. It will give us a Q2 state. Now it is delta star Q0 comma ABBA. If you traverse the string ABBA, right, 4 elements, then from Q0 if I traverse ABBA, I will get Q4. I will get the state as Q4. Similarly, if I traverse from Q0 state A triple B AA, you can see A triple B AA. So A triple B AA will give us a Q5 state. You can see with a path with a red color. A then B, then B and B. So A triple B. So A triple B will give you Q5. And from Q5, we have a self loop of AB. So Q5 AA will give you again Q5. Right? Delta star Q5 comma AA will give you Q5. Yes, so is this clear? Is this clear? Any query in this? Okay, so can you tell me what will be the value for this? Is delta star Q0 null? Can you tell me what will be the value for this? Yes, can you identify? Yes, what is the value for this delta star Q0 null? Null means what? What do you mean by null? No, I don't want the answer. Whether it is rejected or accepted. What I want to know that what will be the output state for this? The question is what is the output state for that? If you can recognize. Because it is very important to understand. So I have multiple opinions I can see. Yes, it is rejected, undefined, but how DFA will change state without a character? Yes. So that means what? If we take null, which is the null state? Which is the null state? So when you are having a null, because what is the first symbol? It is the null, right? So when it is null, in which state you will stay? If you do a concatenation with null, what will be the effect? You will get null. So null means it is Q0. Yes. So Q0 is the correct answer. That if it is null, so it is Q, the state as it is, right? So that's why we are writing this recursive definition for delta star. So now this is very important. Let us understand. Delta star Q null is equal to Q. That means if you consume the null symbol, that means you do not consume the symbol from the input. If you do not consume the symbol from the input, then you cannot change the state. What is the meaning of this? The first statement, right? Delta star Q comma null is giving us Q. That means if you do not consume the input symbol, you cannot change the state. So your state will remain as it is. It is Q. Now the second definition, why it is a recursive definition, you can see because we are using a delta star definition for the delta star. So it is a recursive thing, right? And to terminate the recursion, we have this line delta star q comma null is equal to q. So delta star q comma null is equal to q is to terminate the recursion. We must terminate the recursion. So now what it is, delta star q comma wa. Delta star q comma wa. That means whatever string is given to you, you separate the last character from it. You just separate the last input character from the string. And so what you will get w and a. So delta of delta star q comma w. That means you traverse up to string w. So you will get some output state. And then you consider the last symbol. And then you consider the last symbol. So that output will be equal to traversing the entire string wa. It is equivalent to traversing the entire string wa. So what it tells that if you want to traverse the whole string, how actually this process works, that you separate the last character from the given input string and you traverse the remaining entire input other than the last symbol. You traverse the remaining entire input w other than the last symbol. So you will get the state, because as per delta star, you will get the output state delta star q comma w. Delta star q comma w will give you some output state. Now only one symbol is left. When only one symbol is left, you don't use delta star, you will use a delta. You will use a definition of delta only, because it is only one symbol. So for that last symbol, you have to use a delta definition. The output state will be there from delta star q comma w, and you will get the final output. So that is how you will get the solution. So let's see the example that how actually this works. So I'm taking a very simple example, delta star q0 comma ab. Delta star q0 comma ab. To understand this. So can you tell what is w here? What is w here? Which is taken as w? Yes, can you tell what is w here? Yes, w is a, only one element. And wa, and a is equal to b in this, right? And a equal to b in this. So we can match like this, w equal to b and a equal to b as per the definition. So delta star q0 comma wa. So as per the definition, we are writing delta of delta star q0 comma a. Delta of delta star q0 comma a comma b. Right? That is what we are writing as per the definition, which is a recursive definition. Right? You can see here, we are writing as per the rule number 2, delta of delta star q comma w comma a. As per this, we are writing. So we are getting this delta of delta star q0 comma a comma b. So now delta star q0 a. So delta star q0, when we can apply the delta star? When we have more than one symbol. We can apply only delta star when we have more than one symbol. Because here we have only one symbol left. We are assuming that now it is null. We are assuming that a equal to null. Now we have more than one symbol, null into a, right? We assume that it is null into a. Now we have more than one symbol, so we can again apply the definition of delta star. So delta star q0 comma a is treated as delta star q0 comma null a. Right? We are treating like this, delta star q0 comma null a, which is same as delta star, because null will not change the answer, q0 comma a. These both are equal. Delta star q0 comma null a is equal to delta star q0 comma a. So I am applying the definition of delta star. So I am writing delta of delta star q0 comma null comma a. You can see that I am writing delta of delta star q0 comma null comma a. Now to terminate the recursion, to terminate this recursion, when we get the null, we will use the rule that delta star q0 comma null delta star q0 comma null will give us q0. Delta star q0 comma null is equivalent to q0 as per the definition, because it is no change in the state. So now you can see that what it tells, that first we have to apply a delta on input symbol A from the state q0. What is the meaning? That we have to apply a delta function on the state q0 on input A. So when we apply it, we get the state as q1, because q0A will give us q1. Now we'll again apply delta on the q1 state with input symbol B. So when we apply delta on the q1 state with input symbol B, we'll get the answer as q2. So you can see the delta star q0 comma AB is equal to q2. Right? So we have step by step calculated the value. From the diagram, we can visualize this. Right? We can visualize from the diagram. But instead of visualizing, what we have done a step by step calculation of that same thing. Yes, any query up to this? Yes, do you have any query? Yes. So I got only one response. If you have any query, because you need to solve this kind of example. Because if you tell, then I can clear your doubts. Otherwise, how can I clear your doubts? Yes, is this clear? Because this is very important part. This is very important part. Okay, so let us proceed further. Language accepted by the DFA. A language accepted by the DFA. So language L of M contains all the input strings accepted by the machine. So when we can say a machine for the language, if the machine accepts all the strings of the language, right? A language accepted by the machine is what? That it is the set of strings that drive the machine to a final state. The strings which are reaching to a final state are part of the language. So if you find out all the strings which are accepted by the machine, then it will form one language. Is it clear? If you find all the strings which are accepted by the machine, so that will form some pattern, and that is known as the language accepted by the machine. So here we have seen this one language. That language accepted by this machine is ABBA. It is accepting only one element. It is accepting only one element. The language accepted by the machine means what? The set of strings which are reaching to accepting state. It is the set of strings which are reaching to an accepting state. Here it is one more language. You can see accepted by the machine. Q0 is the accepting state here itself. You can see Q0 is the accepting state. So null is accepted. Then Q2. So AB. Q2, AB. So AB is also accepted by this machine. And ABBA. ABBA, which is also accepted by this machine. These are the three strings only which is accepted by this machine. It is known as the language accepted by the machine, having three elements: null, AB, and ABBA. So what we will define? If W belongs to sigma star, because it is a part of sigma star, any string, if delta star Q0 comma W. So that means if you start from the Q0 state, the initial state, you traverse the entire string W, right? You will traverse the entire string W, and if it gives you a state, because delta star function will give you a state in the output. So delta star Q0 comma W will give you a state. And if it belongs to a final state, then we can say it is the string which is accepted by the language. It is a string which is accepted by the language. I hope it is clear. Right? You traverse the string, and if it leads to accepting state, then that string is a part of the language. And similarly, we can say a language rejected by the machine, if it is a string from the sigma star, you traverse the entire string and you will get the state which is not the accepting state, then it is rejected by the machine. Right? And we have to be very clear that L must be equal to Lm. That means what? L must be equal to Lm. That means what? That your finite automata diagram should not accept any extra string which is not part of the language. Right? The language and the strings accepted by the machine must be equal. The language means a set of strings, and the LM, the machine which is designed for the language, it should not accept any extra string. If you are able to accept any extra string, then it is not valid. It must not accept any additional strings which are not in the language. It will only accept the strings which are in the language. So both set must be equal. The strings accepted by the machine and the strings generated by the definition of the language must be equal. I hope it is clear, right? So we'll stop the session here. Thank you.